Welcome to our group presentation. This video is about Introduction to Cybersecurity for Non-Computing Science. It is part of our UCS422 group assignment. Our topic is based on a company called Skytech SDNBHD, where we will explain how to protect both digital and physical assets. In this video, we will cover 6 topics. First, we will look at access control, then physical security, and incident response planning. After that, we will go through policy and procedure, roles and responsibilities, and finally, the Data Protection Act.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Muhammad Arif. I will talk about the access control. First, we will talk about the physical access enhancement proposed for Skytech. To begin with, we recommend installing an electronic access card system at all main entry points. This will ensure that only authorized staff can enter premises, and also will allow us to lock every entry and exit, which is crucial for tracking movement within the factory facility. For visitor and vendor, we introduce guest book system where they must sign in and wear temporary ID tags. This will not only improve security but also add layer of professionalism to how we handle external guests. High risk area like server room and inventory storage in the warehouse will also be restricted access, either through key padlocks or RFID based system. Only authorized personnel will be able to enter, significantly reducing the risk of theft or data breaching. Lastly, we install CCTV cameras at the key locations such as entry point, server rooms, and warehouse lockup zone. These will act both a deterrent and a way to gather evidence in case of security incident happens. Next, we talk about logical access enhancement. Now we're moving to on to the logical access enhancement, which focus on protecting the company digital asset. Currently, many staff members share the same system password, which is majority security risk. To resolve this, we will implement individual username and password for all the employees. We reinforce security complexity rules like 8 character minimums, including numbers, symbols, and uppercase letters. We also adopt a role-based access control system. This means employee will only access to system and data that are relevant to their jobs. For example, a receptionist shouldn't have access to confidential management reports. Additionally, we'll activate audit logs for all server access. This will allow us to retract who access what data and when. It's a simple but powerful tool to ensure accountability, to maintain server performance and spot issue early. We also use free monitoring tools like Zabbix or Nagios. This system will alert IT staff of any unusual activities or resource overuse. Lastly, we introduce policies for safe communication, particularly with emails and internal messaging. Staff will be guided on secure practice for sensitive messages. We can adopt encrypted mail service, with some of which are available for free. Because of this, I think these measures will go a long way to preventing data leaks and internal misuse of the data. That's all for me.
Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Sabi. I'm going to present about physical security. First, I will start with the challenges. There are theft and misplaced items in office and warehouse, unauthorized access to sensitive information, basic safeguards, locked doors, gate warehouse are insufficient, increased risks not addressed with the current measure. So move on to the measures. So we do have like the physical security measures whereby the visitor management system, we can introduce sign-in procedure at front desk, required visitor ID badges, enforce escorted access to restricted areas, enhance professionalism and assess accountability. So second, the warehouse security improvement, reinforce fencing around the warehouse, install motion sensor lighting for after hours deterrence, extend CCTV coverage to loading bays and blind spots, limit access to high value inventory areas, and use lockable storage unit.
Okay, everyone. I will explain to all about the incident response planning for the Skytech neighborhood. Skytech neighborhood is a company with over a decade of operational history. Is currently facing a series of minor yet concerning security issues. These include unauthorized data access, uncontrolled dissemination of confidential information, suspected data alteration, and asset misplacement in both its administrative office and warehouse. Although this event have not yet had a major impact on the business continuity, they highly significant vulnerabilities in the company's overall security posture. So, to address this challenge proactively, this report proposes an incident response plan (IRP) tailored to the company's operational scope, existing infrastructure, and budget constraint. So, the plan will guide Skytech in efficiently detecting, containing, mitigating, and recovering from security incidents, thereby minimizing damage and ensuring business resilience. So, what's the objective of incident response planning for the Skytex neighborhood? The main objective of establishing an IRP at Skytex are follows. First, to enhance preparedness and early detection of security threats. Second, to ensure quick and effective response to incident. Third, to minimize operational disruption. Fourth, to protect sensitive company and customer data. And lastly, to document lessons learned for future improvement. The IRP will be developed based on the National Institute of Standards and Technology (NIST) in the Computer Security Incident Handling Guide by XP 861, which has outlined six key phases. So the first phases is the preparation. The preparation they do the security awareness training to all staff, mandatory training session for also on recognizing phishing, suspicious behavior, and reporting protocol. Then after that, they do the asset inventory, compile a list of all digital and physical assets, including hardware, software, and data repositories, and do the communication plan in the stage of preparation, which is they establish a clear international communication strategy in the event of an incident with designated contact person. Second, they do the identification, which is they do the incident definition, define what constitute a security incident, such as the unauthorized system access, data leak, and theft. Then after that, in the identification step, they do the monitoring tools, which is implement low-cost tools like OSEC or Windows Event Viewer to monitor system log for unusual activity and report and develop an internal form or digital platform where staff can report incident confidentially. After that, after they identify the problem, then they do containment. Containment, which is they do the short-term containment and long-term containment. For the short-term containment, immediately isolate affected system or network to prevent the further damage. And for long-term containment, they implement stricter access control, discontinue share password, and review system configuration. And after the containment, they do the eradication, which is they identify root cause of incident and remove malicious code, disable compromised accounts, and apply system patches to ensure all affected systems are truly cleansed. After that, after the indication, they do the recovery to restore operation through backup and validate system image and monitor the system post restoration to ensure for normal functionality and verify that no residual threats remains in the environment. Lastly, after the all planning, they do the lesson learned to conduct debriefing session post-incident to evaluate response effectiveness and update internal policies and training based on the lesson learned. Then after all this, they maintain an incident log to build institutional knowledge over time.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Amin and I will present about the cybersecurity policy and procedure. Okay, to begin with, the first step is to establish strong information security policies. This includes enforcing the use of strong, unique password and implementing two-factor authentication across all the system. By doing so, we reduce the risk of password-related breaches. Additionally, we recommend applying role-based access control or RBAC, where employees only have access to the data they need for their job. This should be supported by a data classification system where all company information is labeled according to the sensitivity, like public, internal, sensitivity, or confidential. Just as important is conducting regular cybersecurity training so employees are constantly aware of their responsibilities and the risks involved. Okay, next we go to the second area focuses on the data handling and confidentiality. Right now, sensitive data at Skytech is sometimes exposed to the unauthorized personnel. To resolve this, we propose classifying documents clearly and using encryption when transferring sensitive data. All or unnecessary files should be securely disposed of either digitally or physically. We also suggest deploying data loss prevention tools which help monitor and restrict unauthorized sharing of important data. Employees should be educated on the importance of handling information responsibly and understand that violation will have consequences. Okay, next we move on to incident response procedure. As we know, Skytech currently lack a formal process for handling security incident, which is a major risk. We recommend deploying an incident response plan based on the NIST SP 861 framework. This includes identifying and reporting issue containing threat and recovering operation quickly. There should be a designated security officer or incident response team, and all staff should know how and to whom they should report any suspicious activity. So regular drill and post-incident review will help the company continuously improve its readiness. Okay, next we look at the access control. Share password and unrestricted access are seriously vulnerabilities. Implementing RBAC, as I mentioned earlier, help restrict system access based on the job role. There should also be clear procedure for granting or revoking access when employees join, switch role, or leave the company. And regular access audit will help identifying dormant or unnecessary account that may become security risk for the company. Okay, finally, we must not forget about the physical security. While the company does have basic lock and fences, these are not enough to protect critical area like server room. So we propose introducing biometric system, ID badges requirement, CCTV monitoring, and strict visitor management. Additionally, employees should be trained in emergency response procedure, including evacuation drill and how to respond to physical security threat. So, in summary, by adopting this policy and procedure, Skytech can significantly improve its security posture and protecting both its data and the physical infrastructure.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Azmi Putra, and I will explain this slideshow the role and responsibility for keeping our company safe. Number one is the CEO give approval for the security plan and provide the money, all the money and support we need. Number two is the incident manager. The incident manager is from IT will manage any security problem and tell the top management what is happening. And number three is the IT staff. The IT staff is do the technical work like the checking the log, fixing the system, and stopping the attack. And number four is admin and HR. They will write down any physical problem and make sure all the staff follow the report process. Number five is a very important. Is all employees must report anything the strange like the system problem, suspicious activity, and everyone must help the security follow for the this role and role as a responsibility. Okay, for the this slide, it is important for everyone to know their role in security. When the role are clear, we can stop problem like a data leak and stolen item. If something bad happen, we can act faster because we know what we can do. Clear rule also help us to talk better as team and make sure people are responsible for their action. Security is not only job for the IT team, but for the all staff must be helped to this company. This also support the company goal and be safe and trusted by the all the customer. It's safe because we also use our own staff, and lastly, it help the company follow the rule and stay strong for the future.
I'm Muhammad Anas bin Azman. I want to explain about Data Protection Act. The PDPA or Data Protection Act 2010 applies to any commercial entity that processes personal data. Among its 7 core principles, the security principle is particularly relevant to this discussion. It requires organizations to take practical steps to protect personal data from any loss, misuse, modification, unauthorized or accidental access or disclosure, alteration or destruction. Therefore, security improvements on physically and digitally must align with this principle to be PDPA compliant. There are 4 ways in improving physical security of Skytech company based on Personal Data Protection Act PDPA in 2010. The first one is restricted access to sensitive area. Okay, Skytech's company server room and file storage access must be safeguarded. Okay, the company must install electronic door locks, access cards, or biometric scanners to limit access to authorized personnel only. And the company also must limits unauthorized access to personal data stored in physical servers or hard copies. Okay. Secondly, secure file storage and disposal. Okay, loose paper, documents, and unlocked filing cabinets pose risk. Okay, the company must have a place to store personal data document in locked cabinets. When disposing, use crosscut shredders or a certified secure disposal service. And the company also prevent unauthorized access, alteration, or accidental disclosure of physical data. Okay, next, the third one is visitor management and surveillance. The company visitors and unauthorized individual must not have free access to sensitive areas. Okay, the Skytech must maintain visitor logs and install CCTV systems at entry points, server rooms, and storage area. And next, they must ensure accountability and traceability of who accesses the data environment. And lastly, emergency preparedness. Okay, data must be protected from environmental risks such as fire or flooding. Okay, the company must equip data storage area with a fire separation system, smoke detector, and climate control. And the company also make sure to align with the requirement to protect data from accidental destruction or loss. We go to the improving logical digital security based on PDPA. Okay, they have 5 ways to improving this logical security. Okay, the first one is individualized access and authentication. Okay, Skytech currently uses shared password, which violate PDPA's security expectation. Okay, the company should implement unique login credential, strong password policies, and multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Okay, and the company must ensure only authorized users can access systems and reduce the risk of data compromise. Okay, secondly, data encryption. Okay, personal data must be unreadable to unauthorized users even if accessed. Okay, the Skytech company must encrypt all personal data at rest on storage device and in transit via network using standards such as AES 256 and TLS 1.3. Okay, so the company must comply with the requirement to protect personal data from unauthorized interception or leakage.
Okay, the third one is audit trails and monitoring. Lack of monitoring allows unauthorized activity to go unnoticed. Okay, active system logging, user activity tracking, and set up alerts for unusual behavior. For example, accessing large files and after hours login. Okay, the company must enable prompt detection and response to data breaches or misuse. And then the fourth one is data integrity controls. Reports of unauthorized edits to data highlight integrity risks. Okay, the company must enforce role-based access control (RBAC), limit editing permission, and use version control systems. Okay, and then the Skytech must ensures data accuracy and prevents unauthorized modification. And last but not least is data backup and recovery. Data loss can occur through cyber attacks, hardware failures, or mistakes. Okay, the company must set up automated backup systems, preferably with offsite or cloud redundancy, and regularly test recovery process. And the company must try to prevent permanent data loss and ensures continuity as required by the Act.